Hey, Aaron.
Hello.
Want to do some Go stuff?
Yes, please.
Cool. And for those of you who are watching this out there, Aaron also has the Songbirdo YouTube channel. He's been publishing actually quite a bit of Go content over the last couple months. But a lot of it has been very much inspired by the Casado line of books. And you've actually been talking with the publisher, right, Aaron?
Yeah, we had a couple emails back and forth just to address the copyright concerns because I made a bad assumption to start. Just based on other Go content creators, seeing some of their problems replicated in these books, I figured it would be okay if I just started making videos on it. I tried giving as much accreditation as I could. Turns out I was doing some stuff wrong. First thing, I didn't ask for permission first, and after I looked in the first page of the book, it does say you have to ask for permission. So, asked for permission, they said, yeah, go ahead. The only thing I wasn't really meeting was the number of problems. In the upcoming week, I'll be cutting back the videos so that there is only 40% of the book in the videos instead of 100% like I currently have. And yeah, that's about it.
But still, they're really good videos, and even if you don't own the books, you can certainly get quite a bit of content, from your videos. It's really good practice for those of you who don't know. You've done sort of like Get Strong and Invading.
That's the one I've pretty much finished. I just started Tsuji, and I haven't really figured out the format I want to do on that yet.
Okay.
But yeah, so we're still experimenting at this point, but eventually, yeah. I think Tsuji has over 500 problems, which means I can do, 200 some problems?
Yeah, 200 would be 40% on it.
Yeah.
And I haven't used this is the Getting Strong at Tsuji or the 501 Tsuji?
Get Strong at Tsuji. I haven't asked, I've only asked about the Get Strong at series I have permission for. If I ever do that, I need to go ask permission first.
I really do like these books. I mean, they're not, I can't say like they're the end-all be-all of Go education. Mm-hmm. But for me, that's really what I learned from when I started playing. I mean, that's really a series of books that is very close to my own Go development. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I'm glad to see that you're making some real content, and Casado has given you their blessing. And even if you do have the book, it is probably worth your time to go check out one of your videos. And is there a favorite video or something you'd want to point people to if they've ever been over to your channel?
Just the first one, the 3-space low invasion.
Yeah, 3-space low invasion. If you don't know how to invade a 3-space, point or 3-space extension at a low point, you've got a video on that. Is that awesome?
Yeah, that book in general, even if you only watch the videos I posted, you should really get the book and actually do the full problems. My invasion, I've gotten a lot more comfortable with invading after going through that book, because you see the results from it, and you kind of expect a certain thing, and if it doesn't go there, okay, then, well, why didn't they do this, and how do you... It's kind of like studying Josekis in that regard. But I hear you started a game.
Yeah, I just did, and someone tried to join, so I have to make them go away. So here, I want to play some Go today.
Sure.
We shall play some Go. And I will try to make my window look nice. I guess we'll put you right there. Yeah, all right, that works. That works well. All right. I should play Go. Actually, went down to the Seattle Go Center, not to do any teaching this past week, but to actually play some games, which was nice. I hadn't done that in probably a month or two.
Just against other
players? Just whoever's there, yeah. Yeah, so actually I played against one of my former students who I think people who've watched my series probably know from the videos. He's gotten quite strong. He's gotten a Dawn level strength. His name was Ziwei.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And
is he
I killed him. I mean, I feel so bad because I just massacred him, but he was still really, really strong. And he's still a young player though, right? He's still a little too focused on local positions and fighting and all those sorts of things that young players are usually focused on. But he's matured very quickly. That's the thing when you're a kid, right? You can get really good at this game really quickly.
Yeah,
your brain is just
in absorption mode.
Yeah, I've heard that that some either drug company or research scientist or team or something had sort of invented some sort of drug that basically you can take and put your mind back into a childlike state. And I don't think it's on the market or anything. I think it's still sort of very, very experimental, or I'm not even sure if it's sort of confirmed. But
So what is that movie called? Oh, the one where he takes the pill and he remembers everything.
oh, I don't know this movie. At least I don't
Oh,
think I
it's
do.
came out in the last couple of years. It was some experimental drug, and
I mean, there are people like that, though, right? There are a number of documented cases of people who have these super memories, and who actually remember almost everything that happened to them. I think 60 Minutes did like a special on it once.
there was a House episode actually. There was a woman that remembered everything. It was actually a form of OCD in her case.
Right. Yeah, it's sort of a blessing and a curse.
And then she made the point that it just because you can remember everything doesn't mean you're smart and be able to connect the dots.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that limitation, I suppose. So what should I do now?
Stuff.
I want to go over here. What kind of...
Is there an animal of some sort in your background?
There's a small kitten in the spare bedroom, yes. We actually just got that over the weekend.
It's going crazy.
You can hear me talking, probably. Anyways, we have to separate it from the larger cat until they get used to each other. So we're in that phase right now.
I see. It just wants to play.
Yes, and it rushes the older cat. The older cat does not like that. So it itself is pretty friendly.
Ooh.
I have yet to do one of these in my real games.
Oh, really? All right,
Yes.
so we'll just do the small one then. I think this is an okay choice here.
No problem. It's been about a month or two since I've actually studied it.
Oh, so pressure's on.
Mm-hmm.
So everyone can wait with bated breath to see if you screw up the small avalanche Joseki.
Oh dear. Let's see. I feel like that's a thing I need to do, and then you... I feel like that's the move.
That is a move.
I know this eventually has to come around, and I get this. It's like I know what it looks like. It's
In
just
the end,
getting
yeah.
there.
Yeah. Nice.
There's that, which means you do this. I ignore you and do that.
That's a game over kind of mistake, Aaron.
Oh dear. Because of that goes to ladder. Yes.
Yeah. Here we're gonna undo a couple moves, but just making sure everyone out there can kind of see. If he connects, I Atari again at Q6. That goes right to the ladder.
All right, I know what the move is then. I think I do. Is it Q6 instead of that?
Oh, I have to undo, then you undo.
Undo.
You have to do Q6, yes.
Q6. Right. That's this move.
Yeah. Yeah, if I do capture these two stones, it's kind of like a game over mistake. Because all of a sudden I have thickness and the corner, and already have a group on your side. It's pretty rough.
Now I cut.
Good. Oops.
Order of moves is important. Let's see, we do this one then.
Good.
Then we do this one. Yay! There we go.
Very nice.
So, you are now squeezing my corner. I want to do this in response.
It's good.
Taking a large extension. Let's see what kind of moves you can come out of this with me. 1, 2. Primary directions this way. You're getting pretty cramped, so let's do that.
It's good. It's good.
Okay, so you're letting me get that. I want to do this right now.
Mm.
Hmm.
So it really has 3 options here.
Yep.
And I'll play this one.
Of course you do. All right, so see, in response to that, how do I need to respond?
For those people watching, white could have also played here, and Aaron can't see that. Isn't that fancy?
You're talking E3 for sure. And then what's the other one?
E4. E4 is also
E4.
possible.
Gotcha.
If white just wants to take Sente immediately, it's possible. It's usually a special case, though. I can do this. I can actually draw in the normal Joseki move here on the screen without you being able to see it. And this one is also playable.
This, that, this.
I could also pencil in stupid moves. So we have a green, we have a yellow, and a red.
That can lead to that, and then I
I
can
can pencil
do.
in lots of things that are red here. These are all red. These would all be red. This would be red.
Because you're gonna want to do that probably.
I can erase things too.
Can I do that?
I can erase a whole line at a time. I didn't know that.
No, because that gives you that. I don't want to do that. And even that's not guaranteed either.
And this is actually in more danger than it looks. Ignore me, Aaron.
Okay.
But it's tough right now for black to find time to do that.
You're talking the group on the top, aren't you?
Maybe. All right, so we played that one.
Is that correct?
Which was my yellow move.
What does yellow mean?
Yellow was playable.
Because you do that. Yep.
So after we come out of this position, there's going to be 2 big extension points and this thing that I'll draw up here. So there's this thing, and there'll be good points here and here. So at the end of this whole thing, we're sort of looking at 3 next natural expansions of the board. This one over here in the orange / green. Actually, orange does not work well on this board. Let's make it fuchsia. Is probably going to be the smallest because this really only points, doesn't have a whole lot of other development possibility. This one also looks like just points, but it's actually much more points because it's a bigger development for white, and it'll threaten the possibility of an invasion later on here once this is strengthened. All right, so that's an interesting move. And by interesting, I mean totally not expected. You're leaving some real choices for white here. I think I should look at these more carefully. I'm going to take control for a second and actually use letters. Because if I want to make you run, I can make you run right here. You know, I can refuse to give you 2 eyes. Live down here. You know, poke in at A, force you to run out, make an extension down here at B, and then you sort of gotta just run this way with a 1-eyed group. Other options are, oops, man, I keep going back between too many tools. I could just play here, of course. This would be, this would revert mostly to one of the other Joseki. White builds thickness in a big way.
And black lives small.
And black lives small. I could also play
Yep.
2 here to just take immediate Sente as well. Alright, so of all these, we're actually just going to play this one.
You're so nice.
I know I am. We didn't feel like making you run.
You gotta give me control back, though.
Oh, right. Aha. Resume play. All right.
It's always something. Yeah, so at that, though, I need to respond.
You absolutely need to respond to this, right?
Yep, because that blocks my exit.
Yes.
Let's see, this can go to that. What else can you do? This?
To kill this group, all I need to do is play there. Whoops. There.
Play there.
Kill the whole thing. Oh, and he played it. You could probably go one line further, though. It looks like F2 is a slightly better point, but this is okay. It's okay. All right, I'm intentionally going to ignore this thing and instead play this. A lot of times in these teaching games, I don't necessarily mind not taking the urgent point.
Yep.
But if this is a more serious game, I would have given a lot more thought to playing right here. I like this ability to draw on the board and not have Aaron see it. You can make it all kinds of cool colors too.
Now what can I do? I can do this, right? You can't do that. And this leads to what?
Yeah.
It leads to me doing that, so... I can actually do that and do that. Yep.
Well, that was the move I just colored in, the move that I wanted to play. So that's pretty good. Oh. We'll do this Q style.
What level of Q?
This is pretty much all Qs. I mean, the move that I was looking at, I was actually more strongly considering something like M15 and letting you actually fix that whole thing. Like, you've been entitled for this for a while. So, yep, nice point. Nice point. I think earlier, though, it might have been better instead of L15 here.
Yep.
It might have been better actually just to go N18, just throw in directly.
Okay.
But this is certainly fine as well. This is a quasi-Joseki that is good for black. If you had played at N18, I wouldn't have even had the choice to play this one, though.
Wait a minute. What do I do if you do that? I don't like that. No, I can't. Nope, don't do that. That doesn't work either. So I think I gotta do this, which allows me to get that, and then I can do this.
Maybe. Oh.
No.
Oh.
Yeah, there's that.
N16 is a slight minus for you. You can still get an okay result, but it's pretty different, I think.
Do I care about that stone? Maybe look at that anyways and make a second eye, so that's not too big. Just make it a little more difficult. This does get me out a little bit more. And then what? I need to come back and do that. But I want to do this first. It does get me in the center. So, yeah.
Okay.
Let's try that. Do that. And I'll do this. Force you to capture.
So in the real game, this is basically the type of sequence that should have happened, except
Yeah.
you shouldn't have also given me N16, as well as you shouldn't have a stone at M14, and you should be actually basically almost completely surrounding me rather than giving me hints at getting out.
Gotcha. Yeah. Let's see. I'll probably do. What else can you do? I can do that, so let's do that. That's not really a problem, is it? It's going to be. Leave that for now. Let's
Well, if you're going to fix there, that's not nearly as fun. Still is a little fun.
Bump to bump to bump. Ba-da, da.
This is actually probably a bad move on White's part. They took this way too early. Yeah.
I was gonna ask if you're committing to them or not.
Yeah, I mean, for the record, for the people at home, I have free stuff here, right? I could play here, or I could play here and take free stuff either way. And I'm actually not 100% sure which way I want. Possibly even here, too. This is kind of like free stuff because it sets up this one. At any of these 3 points. So when I commit to the free stuff this way, I don't know that I want to be committed to the free stuff this way. In fact, I probably don't. This is probably... this pink one's probably the more useful one right there.
What's my plan for doing that? Let's see. That can go to that. You can get that free stuff, which is fine. If I just do this, what happens? You can't catch that, so what else can you do though?
Oh yeah, this I probably shouldn't play this. I should have probably played here. Oops. My previous move. Now it sort of threatens to cut off this way or connect up. This is
You're talking this C16 attachment?
No, the B16.
B16.
Yeah.
A little bit deeper. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But I'm being very bullheaded about trying just to reduce here, which is probably not very good.
Don't want to give you Haji. So if I do this, I'll just take the points.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so does that expose that? It kind of does. You know, I think I'm okay with that though.
Mm.
Does this still work? That doesn't actually help. You're okay with that? Hmm?
This would have been a Tsuji like 3 moves ago.
Yep, slapping. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Let's see. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Doesn't quite work.
Not anymore.
No, that's sorry. It's talking about something else.
Okay.
That. Because now that does, but it is kind of small. Well, if you do that, then I can actually do that. So that's actually not too bad. That still works. So, oh, that's giving you a lot though. What about this? Does this work? Can you do that?
Maybe.
Just do this. How about that?
So I'm going to show the people watching some things here. If I ever do this, it makes this move basically Sente, which is interesting because then it lets me connect up everything here because of this cut. I guess it only makes this Sente if Aaron cares about this stone. So that's a lot of reading, but that's kind of the situation here. Although actually the downside now that I'm realizing this is that I don't think I'm not really ever planning on taking that, which is why I played here. But if it was in fact planning on activating that sequence, I should have never played at this point. This feels really mean just talking about your stones while you can't see. I kind of like it though. it's me and the YouTube viewers' little secret. Because if I am eventually just going to get this and this by playing here, here, and then here, I don't need this stone at all. The big blobby one. All right, let's erase all that. So you are coming in now.
That is a problem, which I think I can deal with later. Oh, yeah, this is just one of those. I don't want you to get that, so.
This, we will be very passive. But I do think white could even play the pincer at g10. I think I'm strong enough to do that. The problem is making you run doesn't feel like I gain you that much, because saving the E16, or sorry, yeah, the E15, 17 kind of group, it's big, but it's not the biggest thing right now.
Okay, so after that. So that's a thing.
And my goal right now is just to keep these two stones uncomfortable. As long as those two stones are uncomfortable, I basically get to dictate the rest of the middle game here.
Does that get me anything now? This does. That doesn't. Is it good enough though? That is pretty threatening. If I do this, what else do you do? Do you do that? Can you do that? No. Can you do this?
It's a shame that this doesn't quite work for me, unless I want to fight a Ko. If I do play here and try to go this way, the Ko sequence, here I'll try to color code these. Black will play here.
Sorry for interrupting you.
Oh, okay. I guess I gotta play some moves. There's a Ko here at the bottom. Basically, is how it ended up.
Okay, so I'm trying to get this. I'm trying to do. Does that work? Does it work? Does it work? Can I do this? No, I can't. I can do this. Does that work? Yes, it does. Okay, cool. That is setting up something over there, but I want that.
You should want that. That is a nice move.
There is this, of course. And that, this. should probably do that. Which means, yep. However, well, if I do that, and you do that, oh, ba-dum.
Yeah. Now, this is going to become the story of the game. This group versus this group. Because these stones are actually temporarily pretty safe.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Ooh. Okay. Oh, please tell me I read that correctly.
Most likely. I guess that's fine. We'll erase these things.
This is help. This does help.
This is basically Sente for me anytime, so
No sense taking it now.
no sense taking it now, because later on I actually might want to play this one. If indeed the prophecy is correct.
Oh, my reading's already done. Already used up. If that's what you're referring to. You said prophecy?
Oh no, I was referencing an earlier shape I drew on the board.
Oh, okay.
Yes, we have secrets now, Aaron.
Alright, so let's see. If I do this, you can do that. And then I can try corralling you a little bit, maybe? That does force that. Unless I doubt you're going to give that up. But
In the meantime, let's take a look at the potential score here. So that's a block of 10.
on the plus side,
So there's like another block of 12-ish. And over here, actually, black has very few. It looks bigger than it is, but this isn't necessarily all black. So we're really just talking about this. It's about another block of 10, a little bit more. It's a little more than 10, 10, a little bit more than 10, and a little bit less than 10, like 6-ish, maybe. So what does that make? 40, I think. And meanwhile, this is all pretty secure for white. So let's see, that's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So that's almost 20. Plus this block of 15. So it's about 35. Plus something over here. Maybe let's say about another 10. It's about 45. So on the board by itself, I sort of have conservatively white up by about 5 without any sort of combing or anything, of course. But it sort of depends on this mid game. I've been working at making this exciting. I really want to play this one. I also want to play this one. But we just play here.
nice and simple. Does that? I can still do that. That just goes to that, of course.
Sure. Yep. This whole game right now is going to be decided by how this, and this get handled.
from here you can do something like that, which means I can do this, or possibly this.
It's a funny shape, but I guess it kind of works. I thought this would be more sente right here, but it's really not. Because this captures, this makes one eye. This move. Which is not good enough.
It's almost good enough. That means you only got to make one more.
That's true. That's right? I think that's right. I believe I can play this, right? I should be able to play this. Is there any really awesome counter?
Flip the board. So, you played that, huh?
Yes.
Does that work?
My belief is yes.
I suppose. Okay, yeah, I suppose you do that. Yep.
That's just a belief. For those of you out there who are wondering why I can say this very questionable jump works, it's because later on I can play this anytime, which will basically force black to spend a move here. And then that will let me play here and basically be, make a nice little shape and be all connected and be out. And threaten to actually capture this one. But black can still try things. I mean, the most obvious places to try, most aggressive is probably here. Okay, so we made that one.
Did I hit it? No. Darn.
You missed the dot, but this was also, this doesn't really, I mean, this threatens me, but I'm not really scared of it, right? It's that kind of thing. So
I suppose if you come up there, cut, and then you're still out. Yep. Table shapes.
Yes, I have shape now.
That unfortunately means I have to come back, so it's not very good. For me, that is. So
I should have, this is the moment I probably should have taken this move. And failed to. It gives a little more oomph behind this, but technically it's still Miai for this and this. But black can play here and make an eye if black gets in trouble. Let's erase those. And this move also might been a little bit slow because black just might give up these stones later. Because they're really not that big if this thing is strong. We're having so many secrets without you, Aaron. So many secrets between me and the viewer.
That's not threatening at all. One viewer? That was singular.
Well, I assume only, people watch this basically one at a time.
Let's see, if you pull that out, that kind of forces me to do that, and then you have an eye. So, well,
I'm actually going to upload a special copy of this video that only one person at random will get to see. And that person is this one right here. If you were, just hit my microphone. If you were watching this, you were actually watching the super secret version of this video that no one else can see. Try it. Go to a different IP address and log in. You won't get this version of the video. Super
password,
secret.
kibbles, and bits.
It won't be password. I'll actually just select of my subscribers at random and give them access to this video when they click on the link. Won't be that hard.
Looks super dangerous.
Really won't be that hard.
That is really super dangerous. What about this? That doesn't help at all. Yeah, I don't like that. I stopped liking this.
Okay.
You know. No, not dang it. Well, hold on. Which means you have to do that. And then I can do this. So that forces that, kinda-ish.
Aaron, you're in Byoyomi.
Oh dear.
Oh, where's my little button? Well, that's funny. If I had 5 minutes, it actually only added like 4:30 because you just use up 30 seconds of Byoyomi.
Byoyomi.
So KGS was smart enough to count it.
Unfortunately, I can't do that because those are Miai for you. So, that means I need to do some different stuffs. That goes to that. You pull that out. I cut here. You can then do that, and that is not good. So I don't want to do that. What about this? What does this do?
I don't know.
I feel like I need to do something like this first. Yeah, I should probably do that.
So we took one of the Miai.
Actually, you know what? No, I don't care. I don't care.
Okay. So if he comes back and spends a move over here, I'm just happy just to come down here. And if he plays something in this general area, I'm more than happy to come over here.
So the question for me is, which is bigger? This leads to that, which means this. Wait a minute. Well, if he just does this...
It's my belief that the one that will give me the easier game is the one that happens when I get this move.
Is this the super dangerous move that you've been looking at the whole game?
I've been looking at a lot of super dangerous moves. But yeah, this is sort of a pretty key point here. Or actually, this is probably a slightly better point for white. White should play here. I think black should take this one, white should take this one. It's one of those sorts of things where we're both playing the same area, but our actual individual shape points are different. All right. So the folks at home know what that means.
Oh, baby. I don't know about that, though.
Now, I do have to start being careful because this sort of potential for cut starts becoming a thing.
So that's... let's see. It gets me a little Aji, which isn't too bad. This... What does this do? If you just do this, and then I do that... Oh, no, you can't do that, can you? Start with that.
Okay.
Alright, so now we got that established.
Yeah, the people home might remember this is the problem with playing this one, because the initial move I wanted to play was here. I wouldn't have had this problem here, because now there's this potential issue. And actually, to that degree, also black gets one more liberty out of it, too. So maybe the other way is better. But this stone, I like this stone a little bit more because it actually helps this stone a little bit. Like there's actually a better relationship here. I'm out a little bit faster. So I don't know. Maybe this is the correct one. It's certainly the less safe one.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you can't do this one. You can't do that. You have to do this one. Okay.
Okay.
So if you have to do that one, what happens? I do this. If you do that, I do this.
Huh?
Huh?
I don't think this works for you, dude.
Oh, you have an extra liberty there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't see that one.
Yeah.
I thought that was already blocked. I see what you mean now. Gotcha. Well, anyways, that was not how I wanted that to go. Does that work? It means I can do this for free, I suppose. Actually, well, hold on. If I do this, you just do that. And then I do this, you do that. I do this, but then you can do all that. So that's not good. All right, what about this? You just do this and that. And then... Okay, I'm not liking that either. So, what should we do about this? This... Do we have a resolution? That becomes very dangerous because I'll have to respond there. Oh, actually, you know what? No, I don't. Yes.
It's my belief that black's best move right now is here. Seems like a pretty key move. That is my belief after looking at this for a little while. And it might even be such that actually after black plays here, I don't know if he has... No, he really doesn't have time to play. Oh, he does have time to play that one. Yeah, because the extra liberty. So after here, black should play here, and then here. Is my favorite sequence for black. It's still... still tough.
No. Actually, I'm not. That's good. Okay, that's all right. Now what?
Exactly. That's the now what. After these two exchanges, it's sort of like now what.
So I can actually do that. Would secure this stuff pretty well, but I don't want to just do that.
Might even be here. This might be the follow-up for black. That would probably be the strongest way of playing.
This to that to this to that.
Yeah, if black plays that way, I should be pretty scared, actually. Dunk, 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 dunk. That's very scary. All right.
Is that the move?
One of them. You got the first one.
Ow.
I still think even if you do get the sequence, it's my belief that white is still okay, but it's going to involve some pain.
So just this. Okay. Can you do anything about that? Well, I can treat that as just so the key is going to be to what? Get over here. Does this work? I don't believe so. Oh, because this goes to that, this goes to that. Actually, I can do that. Right, that's how that works. This. That. Because if you take that, then you're lies.
So it's like he's eyeing this point. Go as such. This would just simplify everything. I can just go back to not thinking too hard.
Just take K13.
That's right. I think you should have played that in Sente.
Okay.
It's Sente. You have one extra liberty this way. Like I think if I don't play the P14 move and I play the O14 move instead, or earlier. Like I think I have actual countermeasures against it, but
Yeah, now that you mention that, yeah, I do see how that is, because if you don't connect, you're dead.
Yeah.
Yep. Gotcha. I see.
I could sacrifice it and just cut off your stones here in the middle and just try to make a lot of points in this whole neighborhood. But we wouldn't want to do that.
Was it this one I saw? I think it was that one.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's that, and it goes to this. Yeah. There's also this.
I am content here.
You're content?
Yeah. Fifth line territory, man. And now there's still okay. He took that one. But that is perfectly fine with us because there was actually a more dangerous or potential for more danger the other way. So
You're talking if you had taken that point instead of your P11?
I'm talking about the F3 cut. If you ever get strong in the middle, it's actually possible for you just to cut at F3.
Gotcha.
So this is a little passive, but it's not terrible.
Interesting.
All I'm doing right now. Whoops! I just lost my epic pen. Right, is I'm just trying to keep options open so I can start preparing things like this. There is still something of some leftover cutting aji over here. I'm getting a phone call. It's my mother. We will have to give her a text. Okay.
Okay, it's about 4.
There's this, there's this.
There's a few points there. This would solve a lot of issues.
Well, does it solve a lot of issues and win you the game?
That depends. How many points did you say I had?
Oh, here, we can do a quick rescore right here. So this black is now, let's say, a solid 6, maybe upwards of 10, though. So if we're really generous, we'll give you that for 10. We're going to be really generous here to black, which will also put you here at 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that would be about another 25. So we're looking at 35, 45. So about 55 to 60 in the most generous count. White's looking at 7, about 20 here. That's a pretty reasonable count. There is this Aji right here. It's kind of big. And then we've got another block of 20 here. And another block of 5 here. So that's 45. I think we said this was 20 earlier, approximately. So white's got about 65. Okay. This might waste a lot of my Aji in the wrong direction, especially considering I have this weakness and this weakness still.
I gotta be cautious of this. This does that?
I think what black is doing is trying to slowly fix his cuts at around J8.
Maybe. All right, so that goes to this. Actually, well, wait, what happens if I do that? That means you can do this. I don't like that. So let's just... which one's better? This one? Because now if he does that, then I can do this. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to find a really strong response to this H4 cut. Seems like this might be good enough, though.
Let's see, if you do that, I do this, then what? Yeah, you can do that, I guess. Kind of
This does give white some liberty issues, but I'm also looking at getting this move in. Oops. This move in. Just to harass a little bit more and get some liberties back.
That could be a problem for me.
But these two stones are very, very weak. I really should play a move over here at some point.
What kind of Aji do I want?
All of it. You want all the Aji. All Aji, all the time.
Let's see, this goes to that, goes to this, this. If you do that, then I need to respond anyways. So what would I rather have? I think that.
Mm-hmm. And there is the potential for this ko to start, right? If I, depending on my response here and here. But we're not too worried about that. In fact, we should go back to the move tool. All right. We can always play here. That's pretty much pretty pure endgame. Let's just take this point.
It's not too bad, I guess. Let's see, what's bigger, those or this? It's only worth a few. That's Sente though. What else can you do? This, that. No, you can do this too. And then I would have to do that anyways. So, sure. How do I do that? Probably need to do this first. Not quite strong enough yet. What about this? Does this work? Seems really small, so I'm gonna say no thanks. What about that? What can you do with that? You can go over here, I suppose. Oh, yeah, okay. I see the problem now. Gotcha. Sure. I'll take fourth line.
Okay. I'm short of liberty. This doesn't work. Well, it might work if it goes this way.
Yeah, let's see.
Still might be short of liberty.
What happens if you do that? Oh, I need to do something over here, though. Like this? Would that work? No, because of this. That doesn't work because of that. What else can we do? Yeah, not good. I need to do something with you, though. I think that helps a little bit better. There is, of course, this. Yep.
This got really violent. This got really violent.
There's still this thing down here I can deal with in a sec, but what about this? Does this do anything? Does this help at all? This next question. Okay, I can get that. That's fine. I think I need to do this though. That work?
It really doesn't feel severe enough, actually.
This. That. Good.
I guess that's fine exchange, though.
Can't do that. You can do this. Is it this one? No. It's this one. It's got to be this one. Actually, you know what? This one probably works good too. This to that. This to that. Does it? Yeah, I think that does the same thing with less Aji, so let's do that. Oh, hey. God, really?
Yeah.
How long has that been in Atari?
Oh, like 4 or 5 moves. I thought you were choosing to sacrifice this and try to save this middle group. Which is probably bigger, you know, quite honestly. But, yeah, this hurts a lot.
Oops. So, now that that's a thing, let's... I should probably do something about this.
Yeah.
How about that? Here the kitten's awake again.
I'm actually not even sure if that was a good move or not. I just played it because it looked like it should be played, which is probably not a good reason to play a move.
Let's see, if you do that, can you do that? If I just do this, well, think I have to do that. That is 1. It's actually not even 1 because... Oh, yeah, it is because I...
Now it looks pretty dead, Aaron. Looks like one eye. Even if he plays this and gets it for free, he still needs to move here and here to make 2. Okay. Oh, wait. Maybe I didn't see this. Oh, did I misread this, Atari?
I hope so.
I think I might have forgot about this one. Yeah, well, actually, I think you lived... No, not really. Still... maybe? Maybe?
Let's see, if I do this... You want to do this, probably. So then I can do this and that. Does that work? No, because... Okay, if I do this...
I don't think that changes anything.
I think you're right.
I don't think that changes anything. I still think it's dead.
That's Atari. Yeah, I think that's dead.
Yeah.
So then I want to do this. I'm not giving up on it yet. I'm gonna keep.
Oh, okay.
Well, because this one, yep. Can you do that?
Oh, I should. Yeah, this is. I should be doing stuff over here. Probably just that. That's probably what I should be doing, but. Just looks like black plays there, and I think black's fine. Because black also sort of has a move here. So. Yeah, there's not much left, actually, in terms of really interesting stuff. I don't think this is anything.
Oh, this you just do that.
Oh, maybe it is alive. Oh, look at that. Hot. That was silly.
Sometimes you get lucky.
That was silly.
Well, anyways, part of it.
Yeah, we can always go back and kill that part. So, we did live there. So, P2 is bad. Oh, I guess I would make G2 bad. So, I'm always going to get this top piece. But, alright, nice. Yeah, nice.
Yeah, that hurts a little bit.
Yeah. That was one of my secrets to the viewers.
Alright, so that's done. Let's take that, I guess.
Sure.
Isn't that the thing I got to do? What is that?
It's a move.
Let's see. We got. Yeah, I guess it is a move.
Yep.
What if I do this? That to this. That, so I can give those up and. Da, da, da. Da, da, da. Nope, I can't do that. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. Da, da, da. Da, 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 da. Jeez. Da, da.
That's good. All right, so now.
Super dangerous go time.
Yeah, not dangerous for me, man.
Jeez.
Not dangerous at all for me.
The whole game without a co.
I know there was a co sequence at the top that was bad for me that I didn't let it go to, and then I think there was another one in the middle. But also, I didn't really want to play co's. All right, there was one that's sort of at the bottom. There's still actually a little potential for one. Not that I'm going to let it happen, but there could have been one. In places, yes. Okay.
Would it have been
Marco.
more correct to play P17 instead?
For me?
For me.
Oh, for you? Huh.
I guess it
I
gives
wasn't
you
really
that.
thinking about it. Actually, I didn't think about your disconnecting much. Seems like, yeah, the other way gives me... Yeah, not that much more. I don't know. It seems fine. All right, so there's definitely no code there now.
So many code threads. Oh, hey.
Yeah. I don't think I'm entitled to these extra sounds at all, but in the middle of a co-fight, I think you got a little distracted. Yeah.
Yes, that goes to that occurs. If I just do this, there's that. I almost have to do that, don't I? Of course, you can do. Well, no, because you have to. And then you can take that there. Well, that's that, of course. This goes to that. This. Oh, actually, no, that doesn't work. Oh, yeah. Okay, never mind. Okay, yeah, blah, 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 blah. Sure.
Yeah, that's good. Well, if you, assuming you want to, you think G6 is the biggest move on the board.
Yeah.
I guess it's good even if you don't. Yeah, it's still Centane. So, but you did sort of waste a co-thread here.
If we're still fighting a co. That's right.
Only if I mean it's not the biggest co in the world, as evidenced by my willingness to go and jump on the F8 stones after you sort of make my E4 group really safe. And connected. I guess the keyword's connected. Don't think that does anything, but
right. Let's see, that goes to that.
yeah.
Let's try that. See what that does. So I think I can do this, can't I? We'll see. Oh. Taking the co. Yeah. Which means I actually need to do. You know what? No, I don't. Doesn't quite work like that. Is that big? Which means I need to do something like that gives you that, of course. This means I'll have to eventually fill that in anyways, so let's just do that. See, this goes to that. He can jump here. I can... if I just capture... It's me for both, right? Yeah, okay. There's that. Yeah, I suppose.
Well, that's your score estimator. People at home can see that.
Oh, I have one too.
Yeah,
Hey.
not a real game, apparently.
Let's see if you do that. What was I gonna do again? Just do that, I guess.
Yep.
What else do we have? That's Gote. Sure. Still this. I can't do that actually. Does that work?
You tell me.
You can actually split that, so...
Two, three, four, five. Looks like there are 5 moves left that are, or 5. Yeah, like four areas that are left that are worth anything.
One.
That's, I think, the smallest one. This is bigger. That's one. That's a big one. I believe that to be improper.
Improper.
Well, not the best one. That was better.
Why was that one better?
This is Sente, pure Sente for you.
But my group is dead.
Oh, never mind. Wait, no. Sorry. No, it is still pure Sente. No. It's because I have to come back and capture. It works. Yeah.
You're gonna have to show me that because I'm not.
Yeah,
seeing it.
you gain a point by playing there. And I think H19 and Q8 are Mii for basically the same value.
Yes, sir.
That's really a cat, huh?
Yep. It's actually a kitten. It's only 6 weeks old, 7 weeks old. Oh yeah, there's that too, isn't there?
Yep.
This isn't really a point to that. Because if you do this one, I do that, and then that one. So.
Yeah. All right. Well, good
All
game,
right.
Aaron.
Let's see. Dead. Oops.
Is that it?
Click done. And 89 points. I must have gained a few from the score estimator originally.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're good endgame. I think it was a little generous to me. I mean, you had all the Sente endgames. So here, let's look at some things.
Do the most recent one first, because I don't understand that one.
Yeah. So here, this is actually a really good question or Go problem. Not even Go. So first question you have to answer. Let's say I respond here. Is this move Sente?
Yes.
Yes, but it doesn't gain you anything, right? Because
Correct.
we're each putting one stone in my dead area.
Yeah.
You're my territory, your dead area. But is this move Sente?
Yes. Oh, and then it makes you capture.
And it makes me play an extra stone.
Gotcha.
So
okay.
the reason why you sacrifice one more here is because this one stone makes me put 2 more stones in Sente.
I gotcha.
Whereas, if you just connect there, now I didn't have to. I mean, before I gained 1 and I lost 2, so I netted 1, or you netted 1. But in this case, I got both. So you net 0.
Yeah, I just saw that point as dumb, and yeah, you're right, because I didn't see the other stone. Gotcha. Cool.
All right, but overall, you did really well, minus a few key points. It's sort of like 70-80% of your moves are really strong moves, and then that last 20 to 30%
is why
rough.
I'm still a Q player.
Yeah.
Yep.
This is normal here. This is more normal.
Okay.
But, you can play your way. Whoops, that's not how it went at all. It went avalanche. Yep. And you've already learned your key mistake here.
Right here. It's Q6.
Yeah, you played the cut too early. It's actually a really good question because a lot of people have screwed up the avalanche here at this point, like people who are learning the avalanche for the first time. And then the Go problem is, all right, how does white punish this? And just play right there. Just super punished, like super duper punished. Like, maybe later on you can get a free move here or something. But it's not even that useful of a move. I mean, this is such a big corner now. So that's good. And that was good. And then I played there, and that was fine. And most proper move for white is probably here.
Right, because I took away your base.
Yeah.
Yep. Or at least from that side. Yep.
But, I'm still okay with 2 stones. They're not worth anything. Now they're worth extraordinarily little. I'm just going to keep taking big points. And here, This is the normal move.
Attach.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's actually still pretty messy. Like this Joseki is hard to deal with as white, because if you connect this way, I mean, black still lives.
But now you got some holes.
Yeah, there are these cuts here. And actually, furthermore, oops, after black plays this move, in this situation, I probably wouldn't play here, right? But you can also do things like this that live too.
Yep.
And now there's all three of those. But in the game, you got an okay result. It's pretty comparable. I think this extension is probably premature.
Okay.
Just to show you the potential of what this would look like, right? What happens if I play here? You play there, yes?
Yep.
All right, now I play here.
And then I'm in running, so I do the diagonal. Or turn, probably.
All right, so
Either
if you
one.
turn, I play here immediately. I assume you connect.
Mm-hmm.
So you have one eye. That's pretty good. I don't know, maybe something like this.
Yep.
This is one of many possible continuations, but it's playable for white. I mean, white's not in any real trouble. Well, maybe that stone's too close. Maybe white should just play there.
Mm-hmm.
This is still a game. Still a game. Very different game. But I was happy just to come over here. And when I play this way, though, when I make this wall, I really have no intention of coming back here. All right, so I'm just going to come there. So this was very good. I kind of wonder, though.
Just do that directly?
I wonder. I mean, it's... well... No, maybe not. Maybe not. Here's there. I don't know. I just have no eyes.
Yep.
So I thought it might go like this, and it feels like you'll be able to control lots of the middle game. But a game you did here, which is fine, and this is fine. But this move is weird. Why not just cut?
Why not just cut?
Yeah, this is a Joseki. In the game, I mentioned that this is a Joseki that's better. Yep. That's good for black here.
Except you do that. Yeah, that's what I saw, and I wasn't happy with that, so I was trying something else.
Oh, but here's the kicker. Like after a move like this, white still has to fix at some point here.
Okay then. Yeah, that's nice.
Although maybe, I don't know, maybe you don't quite have to. If we play here and I play here, alternative. I play here. I play there. It just looks like this ko thing, right? But maybe white also has a move like this first in response to a black move here. Oh, this doesn't quite work either. Yeah, this doesn't work.
Still don't have the eye. Yep.
Yeah, I still have to do this sort of thing. But I'm just looking to avoid the ko, right?
There you go.
So, but man, that gives you an extra free move on the outside, and
you reduce down to 2 points.
Yeah, I mean, it's
White's not really got wall to attack your stone a little bit.
Yeah, so for everyone out watching, that's a very normal kind of sequence when you have this elephant eye split and you go you poke it in the butt. White comes down and should make this cut.
Okay.
Although actually, this might also be a really tough response. Maybe. I actually don't know what to do here as white. Nothing looks good. Yeah, I don't think white can fight this way. Because seems sort of like no matter what white does. Oh well. No, nothing. Black can always link up. But it's a possible variation you should be aware of that can happen. That white just might want to bail on this whole thing instead of giving up all this stuff. So that's what the game should have looked like. I think black's a lot happier here. You still have the threat of this. All right, but in game, because you took that one move to Hane, I got to play that move in first. And it's very similar, except you can see how I got a few more free moves out of it. So it's very similar, like you almost had it. I think this is bad for white. I don't know that I want that move yet. So I probably shouldn't take it. This I thought might be an overplay, but I wasn't sure.
You're talking the cap?
Yeah, the E15.
Or my
E15 looks like such an overplay. You know, white plays here. First of all,
slap into Suji.
You can always just bail on this, right? Right? You can always just capture that one stone and just leave me with a bunch of trashy stones. Which actually maybe these aren't trashy because I can still just extend here and fight over your L14 group. So you're never really in any real danger. You also have this move. And white sort of has to connect. Although I think the move order is important. I think you have to take that first. Is that right? Fill. I was looking at this for a while. Oh, this doesn't work. Okay. I do get that move because of the E17 stone. So I guess if you play this one to destroy shape, you just have to come back here.
Okay.
Although actually that's still a problem because you would have to pull back anyway. Oh man. Yeesh. oh no, sorry, no. Black just plays there. Yeah, white can't do that. White has to connect. So yeah, you could still do some sort of connection thing, but I think this goes to Ko, right? Whoops, wait. Maybe it doesn't. Poke here. No, not a Ko this way.
Double Atari. Well, you can also double Atari.
Oops, just double Atari, where... Oh,
the
right
two
there.
stones in the single stone if you need to.
That could, well, yeah. All right. If we go back to the game, though, I'll show you a sequence that is worrisome. I think you should take this. Like, just take that Atari. I'm not sure. You don't have to necessarily take this one right now, because it doesn't quite work. Right? But later on, so hold on, go forward a little bit. Yeah, that wedge was good. That gave you a lot of fighting momentum, because now you can really fight here. Alright, so as soon as that move gets played, if I don't respond at the top, it's a Ko. And it's a huge Ko. Right? If I just go play something over here, right? So the question is, for you, find the huge Ko.
Oh, baby.
Oh, actually, maybe black can prevent it. Maybe black can prevent the Ko. 0. No, black can't prevent it. Never mind. I think this is huge Ko. And so in the game, I chose to respond here and prevent the ko, but... Oh, the other reason why I responded is because I also want to be able to have the ability to play G16.
Yep. Yeah, we had Miai set up for a while there.
Yeah.
Let's see. I do this one, and then do that one. What can you do?
Give me an idea. Tell me an idea. Tell me what you're thinking.
Take the free move first, of course.
Okay.
And then you capture. Let's see. If I do this, then you do that. I connect. But then I can just cut, so I don't need to do that. So you don't want to do that.
You're doing Get Strong into Tsuji right now, right?
Yeah, I'm like 5-10 problems in or something like that.
Oh, this is a Tsuji.
Alright, so you throw here. Black goes here. Black connects.
Do you have it?
I don't think so.
All right. What's your best idea? Most promising idea?
For black, it's H18.
That's the move. What does white do?
White needs free move of Atari.
No. Well.
No.
Which place? Where?
The K19.
No.
No.
This is the move you're not seeing.
This goes to that. Yes, this. If you try. Yeah, I'm not seeing it.
All right. You ready?
Yep. Throw in.
Yeah. It's pretty cool.
All right, so black captures. White throws in again. Okay. Black
Oh, actually, maybe
captures.
this isn't. Maybe I misread it.
I was gonna say because black.
Wait, hold on. Well, I might have misread it. What happens if
What?
black plays here? Does white have enough liberties? Oh, white totally has enough liberties. Okay, yeah. Right, so black has to capture.
Black
White throws
captures,
in.
Throws in.
If black comes here, white hanes.
Why doesn't black just capture that?
Capture where? The K.
Instead of filling, why does he not just capture? So after this and the white throws in,
Yep. Black
and
fills.
black captures.
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
Yes.
You filled last time.
Oh, because this is ko. This is the ko.
Oh, okay.
You see the ko?
Yeah, but I'm saying last time you filled first.
Well,
and
I was
then
seeing what happened if
after
black
the
says
first.
it's not ko, right? I said this is
Gotcha.
a ko. I claim this is ko. Right? If black says, no, it's not ko, white says, oh, yes, it is ko.
Okay,
So that's your ko.
gotcha.
So that was the sequence I was scared of. And it's a pretty huge ko because if you win that, not only do you get all those points, your L14 group is solid. And my F13 group would then be...
Behind enemy lines.
Yeah, way behind super solid groups. So that's why I played H18. I think that move was okay, but I kind of wonder... I guess that doesn't really work. This would have been the exciting way for you to try to nut this stone instead. Doesn't look like it quite works, but it's really not that bad for you either.
Yeah, I was gonna say now you're down to basically 2 liberties and
Right.
Yep.
So, or wait, actually, did I miss? No, I missed a move here. What? You can't do this at all because of this move. Sorry. Mistake. Yeah, the net doesn't work at all.
Yeah, darn.
Never mind. All right, so I didn't read that out correctly in the game. That's okay. So that's okay. And then escape. I'm not sure if I like this exchange for you.
As opposed to just skipping that and playing the next move.
Yeah, just what happens if we just make sure your stones are safe while attacking? I don't know. I made this funky thing, and then this move. It helps this group a lot, but I don't know. My group feels so much stronger now. This move doesn't do anything inherently, right?
Mm-hmm.
You actually, these are both me. I don't know which one I want. I don't think you know which one you want. Because what happens if you can eventually make an eye over here at like N13, and then you want to come back and then you play this one. Actually, I guess you'd also need the K13 point. So I don't know. What if the shape ends up looking like this?
Yep.
You know, you want it to look like that. But maybe you're right. Maybe you'll never have enough time to make blatant eyes. Like that.
I think I'm trying to remember. I know I needed 2 moves to make an eye there, so I was just picking the direction, I think. But yeah, I probably should have waited on that.
Yeah, and I wonder if I should have actually just played here because this liberty is actually kind of a big deal.
Oh yeah.
But I was trying to help out this stone. Just do a lot with one stone. But of course, that gives you a free cut. Yeah, so
that was a misread.
I think you just play here. You don't need to throw a stone in.
Yeah, like I said, I was expecting. I didn't see that you had a liberty at what is that? E11. 11. Mm-hmm. I thought you were down to 2 after that.
Right. I see.
Yep.
Well, this is a pretty tough move for white to respond to, though. Like, I think I actually respond the same way. But that also means you get to play here. This is my kill. This is really hard. This is really hard. Oh, man. You have to back off, I think.
Yep.
Yeah, I might have just been dead. It's hard to say for sure, though. I don't know. There are so many lines here. But basically, you can also, in any of these times, you can also almost play here for free, too.
Right.
The problem is you might not want to give me, either let me have the option of taking away another liberty on this thing, or another liberty on this one stone. So maybe you don't want to, but it's complicated.
Yeah.
But I don't think this exchange was good for you right now. But certainly this is still good. Like, this is still really, really strong. In this case, though, I was looking at playing this immediately.
Right.
No time for white to do this. I mean, I could do this and just give up, but I don't really gain that much.
6, 9, 12.
So when I was able to live here locally, I was very happy.
Yep.
Because you still have cuts.
Yeah.
It's okay. I mean, this is okay. But after this, my shape kind of sucks. This move. Yeah, this move. I think you can respond more strongly to it. The thing in this game that you never ended up using is that I kind of have a little bit of a shortage of liberties kind of issue here.
Yep.
And it's also not entirely clear if you can get away with doing something like this. You know, forcing me here unless I want to fight this ko.
Mm-hmm.
And then you might even have a move like in here. Maybe not quite this one. Well, maybe. I don't know, actually. This looks pretty plausible. This type of invasion. Oh my god. Oh my god. there's crap in there, man. And so if I really just want to clean this all up, well, here's a ko. Would you like a ko for 7 white stones? Sure. So this is something else in the game that I was a little bit frightened of.
Cool.
But,
what else we got?
Yeah, when you connect it here, I was pretty ecstatic. Because now all of a sudden, this move is really strong. This is actually the move you didn't see, right? Because this is the one that actually let me Atari and connect up everything. Because now this group only has three liberties. And a free Atari here basically will cut off these two groups from anything on the side.
Yep.
So I made this exchange first just to test out liberties. I just wanted to see if you're going to make my job really easy. But you didn't, which is fine. But then after this, here, like this move's fine, I think, or is it fine? Maybe it's not that fine. But you need to come back and play here, right? Maybe play here once immediately. I'm going to connect and then come back here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really also trying to find time to play this move.
See, and I think
And
what was I? I was more worried about the black group, and since I couldn't capture those cutting stones, I needed to make shape for them instead of trying to capture them.
Right.
If that makes sense.
I see.
But yes.
But so this is when I took this stone.
Yep.
You missed this Atari.
Yep.
This move is really big for white. I mean, even if I don't kill any black stones up here, really big for white. In the game you played here, which I think is fine. I was more worried about something even more severe. I was wondering if you could even play something just down here. I don't think you can play this because of that.
Yep.
That only gets you... Oh. But yeah, you should... If you had this Atari earlier... Right? This looks like it gets you 2 eyes. Oh, no, that's Sente.
No, you still... Yeah.
It's still Sente.
Yep.
Yeah, that wasn't Sente. Maybe.
But then, well, from this point, yeah. You got the L. Yeah.
This white has to play here. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so I think you just misunderstood a little bit what was going on in this fight. Especially after my M5 move.
Yep.
And I should probably just play here. Alright, because this kind of looks like it kills. If you just play easy moves. Doesn't look like anything is there for black. But I just want to kill those 4 stones, you know? Because actually, I think this... the other nice thing about this... it's not even that nice. Yeah, it's not even that nice. But, you do have that move, once you connect, right?
Yep.
In this shape doesn't matter, but in other shapes would have. So we just played there and there. And you played there. And then we had this thing. And I can't respond here, right? No good?
Correct. Yep.
Yep.
So then I can cut those off. Yep.
Yeah, so this looks like it lives, actually. It's really funny. If I just take this...
Now I just connect. Yep.
Yeah. That's amazing. Amazing. How this really stupid-looking point totally works.
That's Tsuji for you.
Well, the problem is this point, I was looking at all the shape points that make U shape. And the problem is that this one actually spoils my shape. Right? It does. It threatens to make an eye, and then it spoils my shape. So
for those watching, that was a proper application of an empty triangle.
that's right. It happens. I think what is that? 18 is still really small at this point.
Yeah, yep.
Unless you're worried about life in the corner. But I don't think you should be, because if you are, you just come back and play F18 when it's time. I just got a bunch of good endgame here. All right, and so, you remember how this thing on the left kind of died?
Yep.
I don't think
Simple.
it should.
Yeah.
Because all you have to do is play here. Right, the second I threaten anything. Let's see, how did that...
yeah, because if you try cutting me off, it's Tari, and then it can connect up.
Yeah, but after you make this exchange, you've actually given these 4 stones 2 more liberties.
Right.
And so now I can start, and then, then you really, really prevent any sort of like co-shenanigans. Right, because you still sort of have the sequence.
Yep.
You know, if I have to connect here, I don't know, this kind of stuff. Although it is hard after I got B14. B14 helps us a lot, but it's still not really perfect if you can get in another E5 stone. The other difference is you can't quite cut me off completely in Sente without me cutting you off.
Yep.
Which is before before you basically could.
Yep.
Because of that shortage liberties problem. So you sort of brought this on yourself. When you're forcing me to make all these stones much stronger. It's like, oh, well, I have no problems now.
Yeah, and all in all, it's instead of trying to connect there, I really should have just cut off that stone. So instead of the L6, I should have taken the J9 myself.
Oh, yeah. That's points.
That'd have been
That's
fine.
real points. It's not really a threat, though.
Yeah, it's not a threat, but at this point, I'm trying to connect because I realize I'm in trouble.
Yeah, yep.
And so instead of that, I should have just captured your 1 stone. That'd have been fine.
And then we have problem. Yep, there's the problem. And no life for you. I had pretty decent endgame up through here. You missed a lot of points that should have been yours, but then from here on out, I think you did pretty well. Minus the one that we talked about. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, you should have also gotten both, or at least, I guess you ended up getting Q9, so that's fine. Yeah. So, yeah, nice game, Aaron.
Cool.
Hopefully that was fun and educational.
At least for the watchers, right?
Yeah, and if anyone who's still watching this video, go check out Aaron's YouTube channel, Songbirdo. He's got a bunch of the Get Strong and Invading problems up there, and he takes you through them. So they're pretty nice, so check them out.